Hi guys, today I wanted to make kind of a relaxed video vlog style kind of where I just talk to you guys about something that I have been thinking about lately. So yeah, this video is a little different than what I've done before, but let me know if you like it. I just got done with work, so that's why my hair is kind of messy, and I have my heated vest on because it's freezing outside where I'm from. And I think it's like that for a lot of people around the Midwest, and even Florida I know has gotten snow right now. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy times, but can't expect much less for January. So but yeah, so I just wanted today to talk a little bit about my last experience going to confession. And I do have still a little residual cold, so I'm sorry about that, because I know that's kind of not very fun to listen to, but it's getting better, thankfully. So but yeah, so this is just something that I wanted to talk about because I don't know, I think it's really it just, like, sometimes, like, my husband and I will go to confession a couple times a year, like, together, I would say. I try to go monthly, where I go to, like, First Friday Mass, and then I go to confession after that. So I try to do that every month. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. But yeah, so we just decided to go this was like 2 weeks ago now. And there was a couple things that I knew I wanted to talk about in there. But so when we got there, it was a 12 p.m. time to, like, the priest had from 12 to 1 confessions, and I had to go to work afterwards. So when we first got there, I saw that there was a good amount of people there, so I was kind of bummed. And then, anyways, we just were praying and waiting and stuff, and it ended up being that one person was in the confessional for 40 minutes, and I started to get really anxious because I just thought that, like, I'm gonna be late for work, or all these thoughts were popping up into my head. And basically I just started to get really impatient and frustrated, and, like, knew that it's not what I wanted to feel, but it's just was my natural response, because I just, like, we came all the way here and now we're not even gonna get to go in, and blah blah blah. So finally, I could tell God was, like, trying to help me and be like, it's gonna be okay, trust me. That's a big thing that I struggle with, is trust. So we did get to go, because the next few people went really quickly, because I think we were all waiting for a while, and we knew that the time was almost, running out, basically. So, but yeah, when I went in there, then that was one of the things that I talked about, was just feeling impatient, not specifically because of the person that took a long time, but just in general, I struggle with impatience and try to control things and make everything go the way that I want it to go. That's definitely something I struggle with. And the reason that I wanted to make the video in general is because what the priest told me was so impactful, and I feel like it's something that I'll carry through the rest of my life. So he said, you need to lower your expectations of others, and it's very simple, but it's so true, because I think I, like, was judging that person, thinking like don't they realize there's other people out here waiting, and it's so rude, and feeling like they're just being inconsiderate and that kind of thing. And him saying that, it's not the only area in my life where I do that. Because I hold myself to a certain standard that hold other people to as well. So it's like if they're not meeting that standard, it feels very irritating to me. Specifically my husband, that was something that he really talked about too, is just how that can happen in marriage. Holding your spouse to a high standard, especially wives. I think we tend to do that pretty often to our husbands. And, that's something that I have struggled with in this last year and a half of marriage, is just expecting certain things to happen. And if they're not happening in the time that I expect, it's hard to not get really upset or irritated or whatever. So basically he just mentioned that, saying like I need to try and lower my standards for other people, which is really good advice. And I just think that that's something that I hopefully will try my best to implement. And I just think it's good for other people to think that way as well, because not everybody has the upbringing that you have. Maybe not everyone has the same thought processes that you have. So everybody's different, and that doesn't, that means that we need to be patient with each other and know that everybody's on their own path. And just because they're not doing the things that you expect them to do doesn't mean that they're a bad person or inconsiderate or something. But so I just wanted to talk about that because I just think it's good advice, and maybe it'll help somebody else out there, especially with our husbands, or vice versa. It can go both ways, because men can hold women to a very high standard as well. And then just the people around us, even having to wait in confession, it really taught me something pretty impactful about myself, and in the way that I can grow my own virtue and patience and things like that. So so it's simple, but I just wanted to share it because the simple things are always the most important. So but thank you for watching, and I will see you in future videos. Bye.